Absolutely. Through the pandemic, there was definitely a surge of people interested in outdoor living and wanting to expand their ability to spend time outdoors with their family. Even leading into the pandemic, we had seen that there was a significant opportunity to be able to really appeal to those families looking to add on a low-cost way to add on space to their homes. Within the repair and remodel index, approximately 30% of it is associated with outdoor living. And so we really sit in the sweet spot of that.
And what's unique about the decks you make is you don't use wood. What do you use?
Right, so we're very unique in that 95% of the material that goes into our deck boards is recycled and reclaimed. Last year alone, we recovered 600 million pounds of material that otherwise would have potentially gone into landfills. So this is in the form of polyethylene, plastic bags, stretch wrap, and wood dust. We combine those with a number of additives to make a deck board that will last basically for your lifetime. Our warranty runs anywhere from 25 years in our entry-level products up to 50 years on our premium products.
All right, so one of the issues that I'm sure you're feeling like a lot of businesses are is just, is the consumer slowing down? Is inflation cutting into the consumer? So in your retail channel in particular, are you seeing any of that? Because we had Home Depots, we had Lowe's. They're seeing some softening trends in some of their big ticket discretionary items. Are you seeing that in your business?
The consumer has remained remarkably strong in 2023. Coming into the year, we did expect to see more weakness from that consumer. We originally expected to see flattish to down single-digit type numbers for the year. We saw that in the first quarter, and then through the second quarter we saw mid-single-digit increase. In our guidance for the third quarter, assumed roughly a low single-digit type increase in the consumer. So we've been happy with the resilience of that consumer. The other thing that plays well for TREX is our consumer tends to be at the higher end of the income spectrum. We're focused on those households over $90,000 average type income, so not quite as heavily impacted by some of these short-term changes in the economy.
So it's fascinating. Again, I'm reading the research note from Drew Redding, who covers your stock, your company for Bloomberg Intelligence. He's in there. The recyclable segment is only 24% of total sales in the industry. So you guys, arguably, where do you think that number can go eventually?
Right, so composite decking of the overall industry is 25% of the volume sold. One of the strategies that we've been executing since 2019 is to really go after that buyer who otherwise would have been going to wood and take that, instead of being at 25%, take that up to 50%. When we started on this strategy in 2019, it was about 19% of the marketplace. So the strategy with those products to convert roughly 200 basis points a year has been quite effective, and we expect will continue to be.
So does your company actually go to someone's home and build a deck, or do you just sell to the people who actually build the deck?
We sell to the people who are building the deck.
Okay.
We will sell to Home Depot and Lowe's. We have our product on the shelf at both of those DIY centers. We also sell to what we call the pro channel. So these are locations that would be selling directly to the contractor, as well as homeowners and contractors.
So who do you compete with most directly? How does that work in your business?
It's a pretty concentrated industry. Our second competitor is about 25% of the industry, and then a competitor number 3, they are roughly 12 to 15%. So it is a concentrated industry, and everybody makes great products. It's able to service the market and really provide a much more superior experience for that consumer versus installing wood, which you'll have to maintain every year.
Yep.
And then as you started out with the piece, in a number of years, it'll have to be completely replaced again.
All right. So what's a typical, what's a typical deck cost? What's a typical homeowner spend on a deck?
If we talk about a wood conversion type deck, that deck's generally 300 to 350 square feet and probably going to be in the $12,000 to $15,000 range. The material cost is not the biggest part of it. Wood, you'll spend about $1,000 for just the decking part of the wood, whereas our entry-level TREX decks going up against wood's roughly $1,700. The biggest cost is going to be building that structure out and the labor that comes along with it. As I mentioned, our customer tends towards the higher end of the income spectrum. Those that are buying our TREX Transcend Lineage, and Signature products tend to be building much larger decks, and those average 500 to 600 square feet and can range $30,000 up to, we've got contractors building complete outdoor living rooms that include couches and TVs and kitchens, $300,000 to $400,000 outdoor living areas.